Mantachie, but we're not. We're the Mantachie Creek Baptist Church, and our nation is growing. The 26 states have grown into a population of 17 million, which is an increase of about 30% over the last 10 years. And many of our young men and some old men alike are beginning to form the adage for Horace Greeley's slogan, "Go west, young man, go west." And many of them are taking their pilgrim pioneer wives and their children and loading their belongings onto the wagons. And they're leaving their homes looking for a new life, for adventure, and most prominently for the opportunity that new lands afford. Where are they headed? They're headed west. California, or bust. And many of them make it to California. And some make it to Oregon through the Lewis and Clark's Northwest Passage. But many more of them are busted. And they bust in Kansas and Colorado and Wyoming and all across the plains. Brigham Young and his wives settled in Utah. The Alamos remembered, the Mexican-American War is ended, and the expansion west continues. Meanwhile, here in Itawamba County, the Chickasaw tribes are gone, and the Indian Removal Act affords their land to us, the 5,000 of us here, at between $1.25 and $1.60 an acre. And life is good. Then, gold, gold. The headlines say it's gold. In 1848, a few flakes of gold dust were discovered in the riverbed of Sacramento Valley near John Sutter's mill. News and travel are slow. Y'all have all heard the term snail mail. Well, just imagine. But by 1849, they're pouring into California by the droves. And the number will increase beyond 300,000 from across our nation and around the world by the time it's over. And a few of them strike it rich, just like Simon. Meanwhile, here in the deep South, life is good. Cotton is king. Southern charm and the genteel life of a plantation are at its pinnacle. We gather and sell our cotton. We mind our own business. We don't want to be bothered by anybody, especially the government. And here in Itawamba County, we're almost void of all the large plantations. But we do have our small 200-acre farms where we have wheat and corn and barley and some cotton and our southern manors. At least that's not reserved exclusively for the rich. Yet we can't escape the turmoil that's consuming our nation. The issue of slavery continues to fuel the fires of division across our land. And each of the ideologies begins to dig in its heels. Most of us don't own any slaves and never have. But we're Southerners, aren't we? And they can't tell us what we can do and can't do. So, it's war. And that war that was only going to take us just a few months to whip them Yankees lasts for 4 long years. It's the most bitter war this nation has ever fought. pits friend against friend, father against son, and brother against brother. 4 years of intense combat caused the loss of 600 to 700,000 soldiers dead. That number is higher than the American military deaths in both world wars, Korea, Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan combined. And much of the South's infrastructure is destroyed, and Oklahoma County is not immune. Finally, peace. Or is it peace? What is the price of peace? The end of the bitter and destructive Civil War leads to Reconstruction era, which lasts from 1865 to 1877. The Old South is humiliated in defeat. Life in the South turned on its head. We're occupied by federal troops. Our state governments and economies have to be established. Our entire infrastructure has to be rebuilt. And of course, we can't be trusted to govern ourselves. So the Northerners hold the power of politics. Carpetbaggers, as we call them. Those are the opportunistic Yankees who came down here carrying their goods in a carpet bag. And the carpetbaggers are quick to move in to pillage and plunder our beloved and defeated South. We're not treated very, very well either. And some folks say that they're still here today. Ladies and gentlemen, take the opportunity when you can to thank the parents of these youngsters who've spent considerable time and energy and some expense to put them in period uniforms for us. And let's show our appreciation for these youngsters.